Tel Aviv. All right, let's share it. You can see we going down toward the sea here. Now you can look at that sign there, it says Demona. So you can see where our brothers are at. They still in the wilderness that our forefathers was in for 40 years. Our people were in that same wilderness before they came into the land. Dead Sea there. It's 30 kilometers, about 9 kilometers from here. When you look up from here, you can see the house of Jah. Try to zoom in on the car. From that area, all the water from the top of this mountain over that hill, there's a drain. And all this water is draining down. Go to the left, Shia. Go right over. You see a drain. You see all these. That's a drain. It's where the water is draining down. It's draining all the way down. Off the top of this mountain, off these hills. And it's going down to the area they call here, Hippo-K. It's Lake. That when we first got here, we stayed in this forest and we sacrificed the Passover in that field right before the house of Jah. Before the Most High blessed us to be able to actually go into the house. This is the forest that we stayed in. Right between Mount Olive and Mount Zion. And one of the reasons we're videotaping this because we are one of the first people that actually came to this discovery. And we've been informing everybody in this land. Videotaping this to prove. And when everybody else, when all the research comes in, this video is to prove that we were first. That we were the first people that made this statement and we knew. Because everything brothers do, somebody ended up coming along claiming it later on that they did it. Well, then we have a videotape, and we're going to be letting everybody know that we knew before everybody else, that we was proclaiming it before the rest of the world was. We were the first, the watchmen. We were the first to sound the trumpet, to come to Zion, and to give praises to Jah. And now we're climbing up Mount Olive. As you climb over this, according to the scriptures, the Most High's glory left the house of Jah and went over the Mount of Olives. Now the scripture says that when the glory returned, that the Mount of Olives is going to split into two parts. So it says he went over the mount and into a mount east of the mount. So this is one mountain range here. And as the scripture says, as the Most High surround the children, as the mountains surround the house of Jah, so is the Most High around his people. So this here is the mountain range that surrounds the house of Jah we showed you in the diagram. And we're crossing over this mountain, and there's another mountain that's on the other side of this. After you cross down from here, there's another mountain range you will see. Hey, there goes the sunset right there. You can see it's just going down here. There was a beautiful sunset in here. And where we here, the sun just went down. And toward the west. And we up on Mount Olive here, and this is the house of Jah here. You see the house of Jah. When we are right here up on top. It's the field. For the house of Jah, look at the house of Jah right there on that mount. That's Mount Zion right there in the middle. You see. And this here is all of the mountains that are around. This mountain go around in a circle here. They come around. That's our capital, Mount Ephraim up here. And it goes all around in a circle, and it comes up to where we at right now, which is the mountains that are around about Jerusalem, or the possession, And this is the Mount Zion, the only house of Jah that has been discovered in this land. It's right there in the middle, surrounded by these mountains. Okay, we're on our way. We're going to be going our way down to the sea. We just want to stop here and just give you a shot of this beautiful sight here. You know, so you can get an idea of exactly what's going on here. And the walls and the glory of Jah left this place and went over the east. And that's where we're going to be going, over in this direction, over this mountain, toward the east. Slama. We showed you the top of the mountain there. Here's the house of Jah. Now we're headed down to the sea here. Okay, we're on our way down to the sea here now. So we're passing over this mountain. And we're going up to the top of it. Okay, we're in the ride at this point, as you can see. And then we're at the top of the mountain. We're headed down. Yeah. And then we headed down toward the sea. And this is the area where the water is draining off of the mountain. You can see here. Get an idea where we at now. And this is the drainage system. Level that we did over right there, above sea level.